There's an 11-year-old child on trial right now.
He allegedly killed his dad after having his Nintendo taken away.
And almost every single comment online blames the child. But stop and think. How much access did he really have? And how long was he exposed to endless dopamine hits from that game?
Children's brains aren't built to process that much dopamine. It's like giving cocaine to a kid and expecting them to say,
"No thanks."
That's exactly what happens with video games and social media. Their brains get hijacked.
This isn't about banning screens entirely. It's about structure, routine, and predictability. And of course, it's about protecting their brains. Let's talk about TV. Because TV feels normal to us. It feels comforting and nostalgic. And most of us grew up with it on in the background.
But here's what I've noticed. When TV is always available, boredom disappears. And boredom is where creativity is born. When a child knows they can press a button and instantly be entertained, their brain never has to work. They don't have to invent, they don't have to imagine, they don't have to sit in discomfort long enough for an idea to form. The screen does the imagining for them, and over time, that changes what their brain expects. TV replaces the pause where imagination would have formed. It fills the silence where creativity would have grown. It smooths over frustration before resilience has a chance to develop.
Have you noticed that cartoons today, TV shows, movies for children, are not the same as they used to be?
They're faster, brighter, louder, constant scene changes, explosive colors, non-stop stimulation. Every swipe, every sound effect, every sudden movement gives the brain a tiny hit of dopamine again and again and again. But a child's brain is still developing. It's not built to handle that level of constant stimulation.
TV is not only addictive, it's numbing. And when it becomes daily, it becomes routine. It becomes something that they expect. And now let me give you some solutions because I promise you it's not all bad news. Here's how I keep screens from taking over our children's childhood. My number one rule is this: do not make screens the default. How do we do that? We make sure that it's not easy to access. When it's not central, it's not automatic. And when it's not automatic, it's not expected. My second rule is this: make screens a treat, not a daily rhythm. In our house, we have one movie night per week. That's it. So there are no tantrums, there's no expectation, and it's actually exciting. They look forward to it. It's a special occasion. The key is this: screens are occasional, not routine, because routine is what creates dependency. Rule number 3, protect their boredom. When my children say they're bored, I don't rescue them. Boredom is great because it activates creativity and it strengthens their problem-solving skills and it builds emotional regulation.
Boredom isn't the problem, it's the doorway. And when we constantly close that door with a screen, we shouldn't be surprised when creativity struggles to walk through it. Studies show that free, unstructured play strengthens the parts of the brain responsible for focus and self-control.
If we fill every quiet moment with stimulation, their brain never gets to generate its own ideas. So protect the pause. Rule number 4, limit overstimulating toys very early on. Less flashing, less noise, less battery-operated chaos, and more open-ended toys, more real-life interactions. Number 5, no personal phones, no smartphones whatsoever, no social media. Just forget about it. Why does your 10-year-old need a TikTok account? Because children are not equipped to handle 24/7 dopamine access, comparison, validation loops, algorithm-driven content. They don't need that. I don't know about you, but I am not outsourcing my child's development to a tech company.
Number 6, another way we make sure screens don't take over: we send our children outside. Not to a scheduled activity, not to a structured lesson, just outside. Climbing, digging, getting muddy, making up games, that's executive function developing. That's creativity wiring itself. That's confidence forming. Nature slows the brain down, screens speed it up. and children need slow. This isn't just preference, it's neuroscience. Studies show that time in nature improves attention, lowers stress hormones, and strengthens executive function, the part of the brain responsible for focus, impulse control, and emotional regulation. So yes, we send our kids outside not because we're extreme, because their brains need it.
Number 7 is my favorite. Be flexible, but never ever let it become your normal, your routine. The thing is, real life happens. There are sick days, rainy weeks, there are exhausted moments. And so we say, it's okay to watch a bit more. It's okay to have more screen time than usual. The rule is this: it never becomes daily life. And when I notice that there's a little bit of crankiness, obsession, and demand, then I just cut back. And then before you know it, they're back to building forts, back to drawing, back to being creative and resourceful. And last but not least, be the example. I try my best to model good habits. And so by that, I check myself when I'm on my phone. I check myself when I'm watching something too much, or if something is playing in the background. Screens are not evil, but they are powerful. And sometimes parenting in a digital age looks like this. No, not yet. Not right now. Someday, maybe.
Sometimes the most powerful and the most loving thing that you can do as a parent is to say no to your child.